Oh my goodness, there's just so many accolades. We have Emmy, Grammy, Tony winner, also Oscar nominated, incredible actor, singer, author, and producer, Cynthia Erivo.
Thank you.
Wow. You are here right now. I don't even know how it's possible. You are so booked and busy.
It's a little bit nuts, but I must make time for you. I must.
Thank you so much. You looked incredible at the Met Gala.
Thank you very much.
I was sitting a table away, and I really wanted to say hi. I wanted to be like, hey, I'm going to see you in a few weeks, but I did not want to be that person.
Why not?
Hey, you were having a good time.
That's all right.
And I didn't want to interrupt the vibes.
No, that wouldn't have interrupted. I would have been like, hello.
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 Congratulations on your new album.
Thank you.
I Forgive You. Available June 6th.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you find time to make this? Like, seriously.
I don't know. I figured it out because I really wanted to. I really needed to. So when you find even those like spots of time, whether it be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, wherever I could find it, I took it. There was a moment when we were doing Wicked, and there was like this the actor strike, and I took that time to start the album, and then I ended up having to finish it whilst we were finishing the film and going into press. So it was a process, but one that would do over and over again because I'm so proud of what happened with it and what it is now.
What's your favorite song?
Well, it depends. It depends on the day, but She Said right now is one of my favorites.
Oh.
Yeah. She Said is a favorite.
Why?
I don't know. I think I sort of teased it on my socials, and just the response that has come from it. It's such a sort of gentle love song, and it's very sort of speaks to my queerness, and I love that. I can use the pronoun she in it, and it just is, I love it very much. I'm quite proud of it.
I listened to the entire album. I was in my feelings a lot.
Good.
Oh, your voice is beautiful.
Thank you.
It is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I thought to myself, like, is it possible to be this talented? Like, it doesn't feel humanly possible, right? It was effortless.
Thank you.
One of my favorite songs on the album is I Want You. For me,
I Want You On is one of my favorite. It is one of my favorites.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay.
I loved writing that song. It's good.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites. It's a good one. So like it
great.
feels good, you know what I mean?
And you know what I like about the album?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel overly produced, but it's perfectly done.
Yes. Thank you.
We get to
Thank you for
enjoy
saying
your voice.
Yeah.
We get to enjoy the layering,
Yeah.
just all of it together.
I've been very pedantic about how it is made. So the voice had to be the center of it. So you're hearing background vocals and you're hearing vocal pads, and they're sort of put together.
Yeah.
So you hear my BVs, and you'll hear some of the sounds that I'm making, that you're hearing underneath all of the melodies. That's all my voice. So some of it doesn't sound like voice, but it is. Some of it's sampled, like that we've taken from my voice and then recreated and put an effect on it, and so it sounds like something else. Then you have the violins, and that's a full violin orchestra. So for something that doesn't sound like it's like crazily produced, we had a full string orchestra. We have live instrumentation on it all over it. And we have sometimes up to 80 voices on a track.
What?
Yeah, some of that vocal padding is like stacked, very very stacked.
It's perfect.
Thank you.
Even the whistling.
Yes, that's
Was
me.
that you whistling?
That's me. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till everyone hears it. It's so well put together.
Thank you.
What's the story behind it, right? What do you want people to take away from your album?
So I've been having this conversation a lot about what I want people to take away from it, and the fact is that I can't tell people what to take away. They have to make that decision for themselves. When they hear it, they'll take away what they want. Each person will find something different, but I know what I put into it, and that is a lot of vulnerability, a lot of heart, a lot of my own experiences in love or loss or heartbreak, or it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. All of my life is in this piece, and it goes from everything from breakups to makeups to new love and to loss and everything around that, and the need to see all of that full picture, looking back at it and letting some of it go and holding on to some of it as well. And that's why it's called I Forgive You. It's the idea that you can experience all of this, and in order to let some of it go, you need to allow yourself to forgive yourself for the rough parts and to forgive others for the rough parts and to welcome the things that can come from that release.
What stage of love are you in right now?
A beautiful, abundant self-love. Yeah. I love who I am right now. I love who I've become and who I'm growing into. Yeah.
What does that look like?
I don't know. It's hard to describe what it looks like, but I think when people meet me, I keep hearing that I feel they experience something that's very calm. They experience something that's very grounded. And I think that comes from feeling very centered in myself. Even in the busiest days, I still feel like myself.
How do you do that? Is it
Takes
affirmation?
Oh my gosh, it takes time, it takes practice, it takes acceptance of of all of who you are, good and bad. And it takes the knowledge that you're always growing, that we'll always be discovering, that we'll always be trying to figure out who we are. We know who we are in our center, but we have to leave room to grow into who we might become. Yeah.
What's something about yourself that you want to work on?
My patience. My patience. I don't have patience for nonsense. I really don't. I'm not good at small talk either. I don't know if I even want to work on the small talk part of me. I think I love deep conversations. I love being able to have really good conversations. However, I need to work on my game face when small talk appears, because my game face, I have none.
Really?
I have all of my emotions show up on my face.
When was the last time somebody knew that, oh man, she is not into this conversation?
I don't know if anyone's let me know that they know, but I know that I have switched off. I remember I was having, there must have been an interview during like one of the press runs, and this interviewer must have said something, and immediately I could feel my face go.
Ooh, I just saw, that blink.
Just the slow blink happens. The slow blink happens.
That's
and
the
then
giveaway.
I'm like, oh no, the slow blink is happening and I can't control it, and it's just happening in front of everyone. I have to be better about that. And I want to be more open when those things happen, to see if I can shift and change where the energy is going, But sometimes I don't have it.
Yes. Those days are real. Those are most days.
Those days are real. And the thing is, I'm usually really, I'm open to having really good conversation. I'm really like, I want to connect, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm faced with like the barrier of someone who doesn't want to connect, and and something drops in, and it's just like, oh, you don't want real conversation, you want something else, and I'm not here for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to put those boundaries up.
Yeah.
How has success changed at this point for you?
Anonymity has gone out of the window. It doesn't exist. But I think that has presented me with an opportunity to become even more human, so that when those moments happen, people are drawn not to the sort of the idea of the person, but to me as a person. And actually what that happens is, oh, you're a person like me.
Yes.
Well, have a good day then.
I
don't want to interrupt.
Feelings. I go through this. I want to eat. I just want to walk. Hey, I just want to have my headphones on and just do my thing.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't bother you at the Met Gala.
But, you know what? Thank you.
It was just you were just relishing in the moment of being, and I just was happy for you.
Thank you.
All the success and the lights, and you're on the road. You deserve that peace.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. I really appreciate that.
Oh,
That's so kind.
Yeah.
It's really kind.
It's important.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that really helps. You always want to leave good in the world. At least I do.
Yeah.
And it's like the thoughtfulness of, as much as I want to say I'm a fan and congratulations, maybe just not saying anything is me sending the love.
And you know what? It really was, because I had a beautiful night.
Yes. Yep.
And so for you to have been thoughtful enough to go, actually, I think she should just be in that moment.
That's it.
It's really like, you don't know what you did for me in that moment, because I really did. I had a wonderful night, and I don't think I've ever been that sort of free at the Met.
Oh, you couldn't
stop
smiling.
I was having the best time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So
I'm so happy to hear that.
And I'm glad to be able to say thank you to you. And now that we get to do this together, that it means a lot.
And I love the fact that you're talking about music, songs that you created, this body of work, and the title, I Forgive You. Who are you forgiving?
Myself and other people. And I'm also trying to allow people the permission to also embrace those words. Because what happens when we talk about this album, you say the name, I forgive you. So when another person is talking about this album, they say unconsciously we're repeating the words, I forgive you.
Yeah.
So in essence, we're sort of putting out the energy into the world that it is okay to let that happen, to say I forgive you, because we're not good as humans to doing that. It's a very hard thing to do for yourself and for others.
Yeah.
And so I think within all of the things that we go through in our lives, we sort of hang on sometimes to the worst of it, and we don't give ourselves the opportunity to let some of it go. And the letting go is actually the forgiving. And I wanted to write something that gave me the permission to let some of the things that I've experienced in my life go, and also to let the things that have happened to me go as well. Ooh. You can't create more space if you don't let things go. And that comes with forgiveness.
Damn. Yeah. Where was this when I needed it? Forgiveness is hard.
It's very hard.
And the fact that
it's scary too.
It is. And the fact that you're able to just explain that, and in your songs we understand it.
Yeah.
You make it sound so easy, but it's so difficult.
It's very difficult. But there are songs that in there that you know, But You First is one of my favorites because it says you say it first.
That's right.
I'm not going to apologize. You say it first.
Yeah. That's Katrina.
You
That's
know?
the kind of person she is.
But we all move through that sometimes. I'm not saying it until you say it.
That's right.
I'm not forgiving you until you forgive me. I'm not going to move past this until you move past this. Your turn first. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And more than twice as I can't do sorries anymore. There's no more sorries that can work for me. Right? But we have to also move past that moment where it's not necessarily about the sorry in the moment, but it's about it doesn't matter if you say sorry or not. I'm letting it go.
That is a skill set.
It is. And it's learned. You have to learn it.
How did you learn this?
Oh, trial and error. Trial and error. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. I just sort of realized that when I let things go, I had more room to love.
Wow.
I had more room to be a more loving human being. I had more room to be a kinder person.
Wow.
And I like the feeling I get when I can be kind. I like the feeling I get when I can be loving. And if that means I have to let things go to get that feeling, I'm going to let things go.
Wow. You know how powerful that is?
We don't realize that actually forgiveness is better for us than it is for the person.
Are you sure about this? I've heard this time and time again.
I'm sure about it 100%.
Really?
I'm sure about it 100%.
Have you ever forgiven someone and not get the closure that you...
Nope.
And feel like it's incomplete?
No, because when you let it go, it's gone. If you truly let something go, it's gone.
Yeah. How do you know if you've let something go?
When it stops making noise in your head.
Now, is there a song on the album that we feel the letting go?
I want to say Brick by Brick, I think.
Okay.
And I think the end of More Than Twice is letting go. It's like... just release. There are different forms of like letting go on this album, you know? Mm-hmm. I think that's one of those.
Who is someone that you forgave recently and why?
It was a friend, and it was just a tough... There was a moment of betrayal with a friend and I, and I had to forgive because it didn't serve me anymore to hold on to it.
You know, you're dropping gems.
Yeah.
And friendships are so important.
They're very fragile. They're very fragile friendships, and you have to. And it you know, we sometimes don't realize how fragile friendships can be, and how much work we have to do to make them work.
Yes.
And how much work we have to put into them to make them thrive and grow and develop. Because it isn't enough to just be like, oh, we're gonna go and have some dinner.
Yeah.
This is great. That's acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
That's your friend that you can have fun with, but if it's not deeper than going to dinner from time to time, then that's not really the truest form of friendship.
Oh my goodness!
You know, your friend has to be the person that if you call them up today, look, I'm going through it and I really don't want to be by myself today, and you go, come. Mm-hmm. I recently did that. Just come then. We're coming to get you. No, I'm fine. No, I'm coming to pick you up, and you're going to come and stay just today.
Right.
Because you need it. That's what friendship is. And we might not speak to each other every single day, But I know that when you call me and you need something, I'm there.
That's right. Have you ever regretted forgiving someone?
Never. Why would you regret that? How does it? How does it serve you to regret forgiving
Maybe
someone?
because, at least for me, it's like, man, I just rather be petty. It's easier to be petty.
But it's more comfortable. And we think that we're weak when we forgive someone. We're actually not. We think that we're losing something by forgiving something. And in letting go of something, it's scary because that letting go means, that doesn't serve me anymore. And it's been taking up a space in my life. It's been comfortable for it to take up space.
Wow.
And we like that. Strangely enough, we like that weird sort of like, I can hold on to this because it makes me righteous because I'm holding on to this pain of this moment.
Right.
But actually, when you let it go,
you make space.
Yeah.
Did you have to find or make space to create this album?
Yeah.
What did you let go of?
A lot of things, really. You know, I had to sort of reconcile with the fact that I was going to make this album whether I liked it or not, and whether or not the physical space was there for me, as in the time was. I had to make the time. Mm-hmm. Even on days when I was absolutely exhausted, I was going to make the time to do it. Mm-hmm. There was a song that we had to redo, and I was in South Africa and he was in Paris.
Who is he?
My producer.
Okay.
And we had a few hours to get this in to be mixed. Yeah. And it's 4 a.m. in South Africa, and I don't even know what time in Paris. Right. I think it was 2 a.m. in Paris or something. Yeah. And we were like, I don't know how we do. I guess I'm recording this on my phone. Am I recording this on my phone?
Wow.
Yep. Record this on your phone. Send me the stem. I literally have stems on my phone, like melody lines.
Did that song end up on the album?
Yes, it's one of the.
Which song is it?
It is. It's called "Until You Saw Me." It's an interlude.
Yep, the interlude.
The interlude.
Ooh, the interlude sounds good. That was on your phone.
That was on my phone.
Stop it.
It's my phone. I did it on my phone.
You're playing.
Like, this is phone.
This is a flex. I don't think, and I know you don't view it as such.
No.
But what?
We had no choice. We had no choice.
Wow.
You know, you resign yourself to, this is the thing I wanted to do, and if I want to do it this way, then I'm going to have to do this.
Yes.
So 4 a.m., 2 a.m., let's go. I'll figure out the stems. I'll keep sending you the vocal lines, and you can just stack them the way you need to stack them. I'm making stacks on my phone.
That is incredible. That's incredible.
It had to be done.
I love the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Of just understanding, you know, it's one thing to hear the final product, but just to hear so much that went into it. A lot of emotion, a lot of, hey, we got to make space. I'm going to finish this.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this album. Now, I just love the title. So do you forgive and forget, or do you just forgive?
I forgive because
keep it in mind.
I think forgiveness is one thing, forgetting is another, because forgetting means that you haven't learned your lesson.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To forget means you become unconscious about the thing. Yes. But actually, there's nothing wrong with remembering certain things, because I was doing some training for a film that I've got. I have to play Onimusha, which is a female samurai. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning this to work with a sword. Yeah. And my opposition, the person who was helping me train, was hitting the kendo knife sword softly and avoiding my fingers. And I said, don't. Oh. If you hit my fingers, I will remember to move my hand. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
When we remember, you won't do it again.
That's right. Always remember.
You remember. You won't do that again. Yeah.
When you put this album together, did it make you forgive someone that you haven't forgave yet?
I think I gave myself a little forgiveness for certain things. And like, there are moments in my life where I've sort of hidden my voice or allowed my voice to be taken away from me. And those moments have made me feel so annoyed at myself, so angry at myself for doing that. But in the moment, you don't know. Mm-hmm. In the moment, you're not necessarily educated enough. You don't have the language to say no. You don't have the language to say, actually, that I don't feel comfortable with doing that, and I'm not going to do that now. Right. And I think this album gave me the opportunity to say, actually, you didn't know, so let it go.
Yeah.
Even the making of the album, my last experience of making this album was not the same. And I
You're talking about your debut album.
the debut
Yes.
album, I feel like I gave a lot of it away to other people to do with as they pleased. And I wasn't listening to myself. I wasn't listening to my own instincts about certain things. And so it felt like, though I love some of that album, that album feels a little foreign to me because it feels like it belongs to other people. This album feels like it's mine.
Yes.
But in making this album, it felt like a forgiveness for the album that I had made. Even though there was such beauty in the first piece, the lesson I learned from making this, because I've made that, is what has happened with this album.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the hardest song to make?
Brick by Brick was the hardest song to make. That one was full of tears.
Oh, why?
Yeah. Well, just because of where it came from. The sort of like, the song is really about the reclamation of the space around you, the physical space around you, and the physical space of you. Yeah. And so where that has come from was a traumatic experience, and I to let it go was a really freeing experience. Yeah.
Therapeutic, I assume.
Very much so.
Your song, I Choose Love.
Yeah.
What's the alternative to that if you're choosing love?
To not choose it, to stay in something that isn't the right love for you.
Have you done that?
I choose it every day. I do that every day. That is the choice.
It's hard at times because it can get
Yeah.
blurry and you don't really know. You're like, oh gosh, but choosing love is the answer.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes we don't. I think we think that love looks like flowers and hearts and all that, but actually sometimes it's the harder things. It's sort of like, actually, you need to learn about this yourself, and me teaching you about something is not the loving thing to do. I'm going to let you learn about that. I'm going to let you do something for yourself. You know?
Yes.
I'm actually going to hands off. That's actually love.
That's the hardest part,
Yes,
is
it is.
letting go and just allowing someone to just do.
Do you experience?
Yeah, that's it.
It's yours.
That's yours.
Yeah.
And not trying to control how somebody
Correct.
else feels.
That's right.
Do you feel that understanding forgiveness was something that you learned? You know, you've previously talked about your relationship, no longer having one with your father.
Yeah.
Since you were 16
That's right.
years old, right?
That's right.
Do you feel that's when it began? You understanding forgiveness.
I think so. So I wrote a song that actually is a song that I'm very proud of on my last album. You're Not Here is a song I wrote, and I felt like that was a process in which I started to really actually forgive and like let it go. And I read a really beautiful book that sort of explained the idea that some parents aren't meant to parent. Some parents are just meant to get you here.
Yes.
Like get you on the earth.
Yes.
Mine was supposed to get, and I'm very grateful because look at the life I get to lead.
Wow. Look how you turned that around, though.
And I don't know what my life would have been like if he was parenting me. But because of the type of parent I did have, I'm where I am.
Wow. And your mom, you spoke so highly about her, and she raised you and your sister.
Yeah.
You know, I am a mother of a toddler. And you talked just so incredibly about your mom. What can I do to make sure I support my daughter in the best way possible?
Be aware of the things that make her her and encourage them. That's all. Just be there for her. You know, let her become the person she wants to become, and just be the guardrails.
Yep. Did your mom do that for you?
Yeah. She knew I could sing from like I think I was 18 months old. She already knew I could sing. She wrote it down in a baby book. Cat sings when she eats. I think she will be a singer. And occasionally she would just like, you know, when I was 18, she noticed that I had sort of like given up a little bit and stopped singing. And she just, on the way to, I remember, I never forget it, on the way to the kitchen, she goes, I hope you're still singing. And then up to the kitchen. Didn't say anything else.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That really warms my heart.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a little,
Oh, yeah.
you know, because we hear it. Us kids, we hear it.
Yeah.
We know when it's, because I heard, I was like, what?
Huh.
I didn't know it mattered that much. Well, okay. I guess I'm going to keep singing.
Yeah. Isn't that something beautiful?
Yeah.
Just that little, boop, just enough.
Doof, just enough.
On Push and Pull, your song,
Yeah.
you rap on it.
I do.
You know, it took me a minute to like, I'm so used to you American accent
Yeah.
that I was like, wait, hold on, Cynthia, you're throwing me off right now. How much fun did you have?
I had a lot of fun doing
Putting that together, yeah?
It felt reminiscent of, it felt like a little homage to there's a really wonderful band called Floetry.
Yeah.
And I felt like an homage to them, and I wanted to try something new, and it wasn't going to be that way when I first, because I wrote the song 4 years ago with Anthony Ramos and a couple of writers, and I at first it was someone else's voice, and when I sort of unearthed it and listened again, I thought, I think it should be me. I think I should do this. So then I tried it, and I thought, I think I feel the kind of vibe that I want to put on this, and that's what happened. Yeah.
More rapping in the future?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know if I don't know.
I like it.
Do?
I just love the creativity.
Yeah.
That you're just exploring everything.
Yeah.
And having fun with it, and you can hear it.
Yeah.
I think that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Of course, we just got to talk about Wicked really fast before you get out of here. Okay, so are you and Ariana Grande going to get more tattoos together?
We might. I can't tell you
tattoos,
no.
Besties energy.
Can't tell you no.
Yeah.
I think we've been threatening to find another one, but we have to figure it out. I'm not going to be the person that's going to tell you that I'm not going to get tattoos.
Right, we don't know.
We don't know. I come back every week with something new. So I'm sure we're discovering and trying to find something for us. Yes.
What did it mean to you when Ariana brought her contract to you, when you guys first got the contract from Wicked, right? And just to make sure you guys were both on the same page.
We had a conversation.
Yeah.
She didn't bring her contract to me. We both sort of jumped on the phone and discussed the things that we were experiencing and what we wanted, and we just wanted to talk through it, so we knew that we were both being taken care of.
Yes.
Those things are very important, because it means that we are in lockstep and we're working together.
Yes.
And I think more of that can happen. And we can, I think, just even if you're not necessarily on the same job, just to know, like, well, so you did this.
Yes.
What did you have for this? What was your experience on this? What are you asking for this? And is this does this make sense? Is this right? People who, having these conversations means that we get stronger together.
Oh, for sure. I loved it, by the way.
Yeah.
I think if that happened more often, the
my
strength
gosh.
behind that, that's
what
powerful.
I'm saying. I
powerful.
believe that too.
Did you know changing the vocal run in Defying Gravity would just change the game?
I had no idea.
Come on.
I had no idea. I had no idea. And when we went in to do it, because we did these comps first, the vocal comps to rehearse to, and when I went in to record it, I was like, do you want me to sing it to the book as it is? He was like, well, every alphabet has her own war cry.
Yeah.
You should find what you want to do as your own.
So you did it.
I just found it myself. I tried a couple different things and I wasn't sure, and then happened upon that one and tried that one. And that felt really good. So I sang it and I looked out and they were like, that works.
They gave you the thumbs up. They're like, wow, everyone's passing out.
And I was like, okay, I think that's the war cry then.
Yeah.
I had no idea it would do this. None at all. To be walking down the street and having someone singing it to me is something I never imagined.
I'm so happy
and every
for you.
type of person. I need you to know there's every type of person.
That's right. Your biggest fan is in the hallway. Her daughter literally came. She is defying her sleep time to be here today just to see you, just to wave hi to you. You have no idea. You probably do at this point, all the success that's happened.
Gosh.
How did Wicked and all of its success change your life?
I mean, in very many ways. I think just the sheer amount of eyes on me now. Yeah. And I think it's also presented this opportunity to create this music and actually share it.
Oh, yeah.
That people are listening and want to be a part of the story that is unfolding in front of us in my life. And it just is really special. Yeah.
And we're not going to we can't stop getting enough of you. We want more and more. The second movie, Wicked for Good, is going to be coming out later this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're doing a bunch of things.
Yes.
It's nonstop. Congratulations on your album. I Forgive You.
Right.
I'm going to work on it just for you.
Yeah, and it takes time. Don't be so hard on yourself about it.
I'm going to listen to the album over and over. I need that inspiration. But thank you for being so vulnerable on it and giving us so much just all of your artistry.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I hope the road is treating you good, and I can't wait to see you again.
Thank you. See you soon, for sure.